This is the current view of the Ketts Hill Bishop Bridge Road roundabout, and this is an older view before the roundabout was created in the late 1950s. At that time the junction looked like this, with Barrack Street in pink, Ketts Hill in green, Bishop Bridge Road in blue and Egyptian Road in yellow. The route of Egyptian Road still exists, going through this car sales business. This is the 1967 view looking from the roundabout, with Ketts Hill on the left, Egyptian Road behind that, and on the right is the Lord Raglan pub, which closed in the early 2000s. Lord Raglan was a 19th century military officer and MP. He lost his arm at the Battle of Waterloo and retrieved it after amputation so he could get a ring that his wife had given to him. We're now further along Bishop Bridge Road and looking back towards the roundabout. This road is in effect part of the Inner Link Road, but it's not been adapted in the same way as, for example, Grapes Hill. This is Bishop Bridge itself, from which the road takes its name, and this is an 1829 engraving of the same view. Over the road, at the junction with Gas Hill, this is a 1955 view of the King's Arms, now known as Lollards Pit. Lollards were part of a movement seeking the reform of Western Christianity, coming to mean a heretic in general. Early chalk workings had been dug out to provide foundations for the cathedral, hence the creation of a pit just outside the city boundary. It was here that executions by burning took place. At this point we move from Bishop Bridge Road in blue to Rosary Road in purple. This 1884 map shows us at that time the site of Riverside Road in red had yet to be developed, meaning that Rosary Road, seen here to the left, was still a principal route to Yarmouth from this part of the city. This picture of Poole's Ferry shows the lack of Riverside Road in the late 19th century. Dropping down to the beginning of Rosary Road, you would see these buildings in 1908, followed by the 2021 view. This is the Evening Gun pub, which closed in 1964, leaving just the buildings behind, known as the Lollard Pit buildings. An evening gun was a gun fired in the evening to mark the end of the day. Next up, this is Chalk Hill House, which is a bit odd because the historic view of Chalk Hill House looks like this. However, if you go through this arch in the modern office block, you can see the original Chalk Hill House, now renamed Chalk Hill Cottage. One of this channel's subscribers has asked about Norfolk Darts and Social Club, which was somewhere in this location. If anyone has any info, please could you put it in the YouTube comments. These houses were behind the goal at the Nest, Norwich City's football ground, from 1908 to 1935. If you could be suspended above the goalposts and looking towards the cathedral, the current view would look like this. In 1935 the club had to abandon the Nest on grounds of health and safety, long before health and safety were invented. These pictures give a final impression of the Nest before the housing now on the site. This is St Matthew's Church in 1983, now converted into housing. This map shows its location, also referring to Riverside Road as a towing path and Rosary Road as Chalk Hill. Also shown is a school, which has also been converted to residential use. At the junction with the current Chalk Hill Road is Old Library Woods, with some great features recalling the site's historic use as a library. Sadly, a mural was recently destroyed in an accident, but here is an earlier photo of that mural, which I believe it's hoped to restore. The building behind it is Thorpe Heights, and another channel subscriber has asked if anyone has any information or pictures about the building formerly on that site, the Mount, as seen in this map. Any information please, again in the YouTube comments. This was the Rosary Tavern. It's all that remains of a planned housing estate built before 1830 for employees of the gasworks. A row of 8 back-to-back cottages was attached to the rear of the building until the late 1950s. It was licensed as a beerhouse in 1836, with the current facade dating from the 1870s. And this is what I was quoting, and here is a plan showing the 8 cottages. The final stop is at the Rosary Cemetery, the first non-denominational burial ground in the UK, established in 1819 on the site of a market garden.